put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We are talking about women all week long. This is Women's Week. All right, the focus has been on our women hosts. And again, our guest host for today is Abby Taylor, presiding officer of the Tobago House of Assembly. You're going to see her up next in just a little while. But chatting with us this morning, a woman engineer. She is a civil and environmental engineer. Her name is Khadia Alfred. She's also the president of the Tobago. In fact, she'll tell us more about herself. But this morning, our focus is on women in engineering. Good morning and welcome, Khadia.
Good morning, Leah, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Let me let our viewers know that you are pretty nervous this morning.
I am.
But you're doing well so far. So just take a couple of deep breaths and we're ready to go.
Okay.
That's right. Okay, good. Now, Khadia, your field, this particular field, is a male-dominated field, engineering, civil engineering, environmental engineering. Yes. What made you decide want to get into it?
Well, growing up, we had the thought that once you were interested in mathematics or physics, that you'll naturally go into something that's engineering-based.
Right.
I mean, if we know now that engineers are problem solvers, I always thought of myself as a problem solver. So coupling all those things, when I went out to university, my focus was engineering because I loved math, I love physics, and my problem solving skills, those were the things that pushed me towards engineering.
So you were that child growing up at home when something went wrong, your parents would say, call Khadia.
That's correct. I will
Khadia,
fix it.
this isn't working. That isn't working. What do we do? Oh, there's one in every family.
Oh, definitely. I am that one.
Okay. All right. So you were always a problem solver. But being in the field now, what has it been like for you being a woman? Do you come up against persons, I don't want to say men, but persons who say, maybe you don't know, or they come up against you because you're a woman in this field and they figure that you won't know, you can't know, you didn't know, you don't know?
Daily. It's very interesting that still in 2023, we have that challenge as a woman in a male-dominated field. Sadly, at my place of work, I experience it all the time. I can be sitting around a table and I may be the only female, maybe two females. We are all equally educated, equally qualified, and then they will look at me and say, okay, you are the one that's supposed to take the minutes. Because you're a female sitting around the table, or you may be in a case.
You go for coffee.
Okay, I don't get sent for the coffee. But they want to take the notes, take the minutes. Or you may be in a situation where you're asking for input about a situation, and they will ask someone else sitting at the table, and you know that is yours, that is your expertise.
That's your field, yeah.
I mean, we face it all the time. When I was going to school, and the ratio of men to women, it was like 60-40. So that's still pretty good. So for us to be in 2023 and still be going through, the equity is not there yet. I mean, it's still amazing to me. But I guess that is my responsibility now to put things in place for those that are coming up. Understand?
Yeah, but how do you let your voice be heard without being disrespectful?
I always tell people that you have to know your worth.
Yes.
Right? I was never, as it is here now, being extremely outspoken is not really my thing. But I demand a certain level of respect.
Yes.
So if it is that you are willing to go with someone else, I allow them to do what they have to do. And then sooner or later, you see them end up coming back to me. I don't have to fight aloud. I just have to know my worth and allow them to see it. Yeah.
I love how you say that. Tell us the difference between civil and environmental engineering.
Well, environmental engineering is actually part of civil engineering.
Right.
But environmental engineering, we focus more on environmental structures. So you will see an environmental engineer dealing more with water and wastewater engineering. You will see solid waste management, someone who deals with air pollution, so those kind of stuff. Some people, when they think civil, they only think structure, a structural
Roads,
engineer,
yes,
road, drainage,
yes.
and stuff. But environmental engineer is part of civil engineering. So that's why the university would have grouped those two as the faculty.
Okay.
So that's what we really focus on. Because my bachelor's would have been in civil with environmental engineering. I furthered my postgraduate studies in environmental engineering because I wanted to focus on water and wastewater engineering.
Okay. Yeah. What do you now know about engineering that growing up you did not know? What blew your mind about that, the field now that you're in it?
The thing about it is things change every day. And when I was growing up, we weren't really exposed to those STEM studies, like the STEM, like how these children are exposed to it now. So when I was going to school, when like now understanding STEM, what I knew back in the days, really thinking science, technology, engineering, math, we didn't have all of that then. So when I was growing up, it was engineering, I think, as I told you, maths, physics, the sciences, you go into it. But then when you get into it, you realize it's so much more. It's more of someone fine, as I told you, problem solving. There's a problem, and you are an engineer are supposed to find a solution without harming the environment.
Okay.
So engineering is such a wide discipline, and I think as time progresses, you see how many different disciplines, fields are in engineering itself. So before, when we think about just civil, mechanical, chemical, electrical, and computer, there are so many other fields in engineering that we don't even talk about on a regular.
That persons can get involved in.
Yes, that persons can get involved in.
Now, I see that you're wearing this lovely jersey. Tell us about the logo and where you fit in.
Okay, this T-shirt is representing the Association of Professional Engineers of Trinidad and Tobago. Tobago, I am your Tobago chapter chair. I have been since last year, and I'm actually coming to the end of my term, which is the end of this month because we have AGM. Okay. So the association is basically an engineering community for professional engineers. You also have students that are members, and it is where we promote best practices, standards. It's a community for engineers, so networking, that kind of stuff. So we are our membership base in Tobago is not as large in Tobago as expected, but since the year started, we would have engaged in a meet and greet. And it was really well, I must say. I thank you to the engineers in Tobago who came out. We actually had 30 engineers attend this event, which was held at the terrace. And a lot of engineers would have sent their apologies. And we were amazed at the amount of engineers that were actually in Tobago that we didn't know. So we are trying to push this, continue to push so that we could get the engineers in Tobago to be a part of the association, so we could work as a Tobago body to build a better Tobago.
I love how you say that. Definitely, great minds, all the great minds on board.
Yes.
All right. Now you're also a mother.
Yes, I am.
To a 7-year-old daughter.
Yes, I am.
Tell us what being in this field would mean to your daughter. As we mentioned earlier, it's a male-dominated field. Yeah. But your little girl looking at her mommy in this male-dominated field, what is it? I mean, when you look at her, what do you think? What comes to your mind in terms of the possibilities?
I just want her to know that, of course, I would love her to follow in her mother's footsteps. But I just want her to know that anything that she puts her mind to, that she can be successful at it. Of course, I would start buying all those STEM projects, those lab kits, to get her involved in it. But I just
Is she gravitating towards it?
Oh, she loves it. She loves to get her hands dirty. So anything that she puts her mind to, I just want her to know. Whether they claim it as male-dominated, maybe by her time, it may be female-dominated. Who knows?
We never know, yes.
But I know that Just as my mother would have made a sacrifice for me to make things easier for me, I have to do the same for her. And we have to pass it on. So I just wanted to know that I am proud of her as it is now, and that she can do anything, absolutely anything she puts her mind to.
When you first told your parents that this was the field that you wanted to get into, what did they say?
I did not have a backlash. I have a family that is super, super supportive.
Yeah, sounds like mine. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's most times parents tend to push you in a direction that they want. I didn't have that with my family.
Right.
They supported my passion. And
whatever it was.
Whatever it was. So in my entire family, we have a lot of females, and there are a lot of successful females, and that's because they had the support of what I like to call the village, our village.
Your village raised you.
My village raised me. So, see, my grandmother, praying woman, my mother, my aunt, they were always there to support whatever decision we did. They supported our passions right through.
I love that. And even as we wrap things up with you, Khadia, what would be that message to women the world over, not just women engineers, but women the world over, those young girls who are wondering, can I make it? Can I do this? Can I get out of where I came from? Can I do better? Can I make it?
Anything that you put your mind to, you can achieve it. You have to always remember to keep your faith in God. That is the driving force. And once you have that support around you, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. Don't let anything keep you back.
I'm going to take that one. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to take that one from Khadia Alfred this morning, civil and environmental engineer, one of our daughters of the soil, talking about women in engineering. Khadia, thank you for being on the program this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
A pleasure indeed. Viewers, lots more coming up on the Tobago Updates morning show. Our next guest this morning, and Abby Taylor is going to be chatting with her. We've got Darianne Phillips, Vice President Internal of JCI Tobago, the lovely Darianne Phillips. And she's another product of the village raising her as well, all right? Or being raised by the village. So viewers, lots more coming up on the program. Share the live, share the live, share the live.